Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Before we get started, please click subscribe to my channel to keep up with all of my latest investing and personal finance content. And check out the link you see on your screen for a message from our sponsor, The Motley Fool, where you can get the top 10 stocks to buy right now. So it shouldn't come as a big surprise that 2022 hasn't exactly been a great year for retirement savings. A recent report by Fidelity found that in the third quarter, the average 401k balance was down 23% from the same time last year. Now, that's roughly in line with the overall stock market, so that shouldn't be a big surprise, but it's still kind of scary if you're saving for your own retirement. The average 401k now has about $97,200 in it. And we've seen similar year over year declines for other types of retirement plans like 403b and IRA accounts. Now, it's worth noting that that average 401k balance is across all age groups. So if you're younger, your age group's average is significantly less. If you're older or very close to retirement, your age group's average is significantly more. You can see on the screen right now this kind of spectrum of average 401k balances. So first, some good news. One, contribution rates are pretty high. That's very encouraging, especially as a certified financial planner. It's nice to see that out of Fidelity's 35 million retirement accounts, the contribution rate is pretty high. The average participant is contributing a total of 13.9% of their pay. Now, that includes employer matching. So, if employers match up to 6% of salary, that's inclusive of that. Generally, Fidelity suggests that retirement savers should aim for a rate of about 15%. And I agree with that. I generally suggest 10%, not including employer contributions. So, including the average employer contribution, which is around 5% that they're willing to match, that's where you get that 15% rule from. So, what to do if your 401k is down? So, one, it's just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. So, number one, do not panic. Don't cash out. It's common knowledge that in investing, you want to buy low and sell high. If you panic and cash out your account while the market's down, you're literally doing the opposite of that. So don't panic. Keep your money where it is. Don't make any major investment changes unless you have a really good reason to do so. The fact that the stock market went down is not a good reason to go conservative with your investments. Fidelity reported that almost 5% of its account holders made significant changes to their asset allocation in the third quarter, almost all of whom shifted to a more conservative asset allocation, like taking money out of stock based investment funds and putting it into cash or fixed income funds or things like that. So there are good reasons to do that. If you're getting close to retirement age, it could be a good idea to get a little bit more conservative. Um, and things like that. There are good reasons to do it, but just because the market went down is not one of them. What you can do, especially if you're not contributing as much as you think you should, um, it's a great time to think about increasing your contribution limits or your contributions. Now, it's not practical or necessary for most people to completely max it out, but the point is there is a lot of room to increase it. Maybe try increasing it by 1% of your pay in the new year. Maybe if you get a raise in the new year, take half of that raise and use it to increase your contribution, something like that. So one key takeaway that I want to emphasize is that when the market's down by about 20%, like it is right now, historically speaking, it's been a great time to invest money. If you had put money into just a basic S&P 500, stock market index fund when the market first lost 20% in the financial crisis in 2008, you would have more than quadrupled your money by now by just leaving it alone in a fund like that. So it's a great time to consider raising your contributions. It's not a good time to panic. I totally understand my retirement account balance is down by about 25% year over year. So I'm even a little worse than average. But it's not a great time to panic. It's a time to think to the future and stay the course and just stay calm. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel already. And as always, this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. Be sure to visit www.fool.com/Frankel to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now.